The Indiana Senate's decision not to reconvene for a special session in December to redraw the state's congressional maps marks a significant political event, effectively blocking a sustained push by President Donald Trump's administration and its allies to secure more Republican-friendly seats before the 2026 midterm elections. The announcement by Senate President Pro Tem Rodric Bray that the proposal lacked sufficient votes within the Republican supermajority highlights a rare instance of internal GOP resistance to a high-profile national party demand. Analysis and reasons for the block. The push to redraw Indiana's congressional map, which already favors the GOP with a 7-2 advantage, was aimed at an aggressive goal, potentially crafting a map where all 9 districts would favor Republicans, thereby guaranteeing an 8-1 or 9-0 majority. This mid-decade redistricting effort, occurring outside the normal post-census cycle, was part of a larger, coordinated national strategy by Trump allies to shore up Republican control of the U.S. House. Key reasons for the Senate's resistance. Lack of internal Republican support. This was the direct, decisive factor cited by Pro Tem Bray. Despite pressure from the White House and Governor Mike Braun, a sufficient number of Republican senators refused to support the measure. News reports indicate that more than 15 of the 40 Republican senators may have opposed the plan. Ethical and political concerns. Many dissenting Republican senators reportedly cited ethical concerns about gerrymandering maps that were only drawn in 2021. Furthermore, they feared the potential for political backlash from constituents who overwhelmingly opposed the move. Polling suggested a large majority of Hoosiers, including GOP primary voters, were against the mid-decade rewrite, viewing it as a distraction from issues like the cost of living and public safety. Perception of unnecessary risk. Indiana's current map is already a strong gerrymander for the GOP. Attempting to squeeze out the remaining 1 or 2 Democratic seats was seen by some as an unnecessary political risk that could backfire and drain political capital better spent on other legislative priorities. Consequences and prediction. Immediate consequences. Setback for the national GOP strategy. Indiana is the second GOP-controlled state, following Kansas, to actively resist Trump's redistricting campaign, marking a significant defeat for the national effort to gain seats via map manipulation. The current map stands for 2026. Any changes to Indiana's congressional districts are now highly unlikely to occur before the 2026 midterm elections, preserving the current 7-2 Republican advantage. This denies the GOP a near-certain pickup of 1 or 2 seats. Internal GOP fissures. The decision has led to immediate and furious backlash from Trump allies, who have labeled the move a betrayal and promised to target dissenting Republican senators, including Pro Tem Bray, in future primary elections. This highlights a growing ideological division within the state party. Prediction for the future. The failed push will likely energize anti-gerrymandering groups in the state, who will frame the Senate's resistance as a victory for voters. The issue may resurface during the next regular session, but the momentum for a mid-decade map change is essentially dead. The political repercussions for the Republican leaders involved will be a key storyline in the lead-up to the 2026 primaries, testing the strength of the Trump wing against established state leadership. Solutions for partisan gerrymandering. While this particular effort was blocked, the long-term solution to partisan gerrymandering lies in systemic reform that takes the map drawing power away from elected officials. Proposed solutions. Independent Redistricting Commissions, IRCs. This is the most widely advocated reform. IRCs are nonpartisan or bipartisan bodies responsible for drawing district lines based on objective criteria like population equality, compactness, and keeping communities of interest together. This eliminates the self-interest inherent when politicians draw their own maps. Federal legislation. Congress could pass national legislation, such as provisions similar to those in the previously proposed Freedom to Vote Act, that would ban partisan gerrymandering nationwide and set up objective, measurable standards for fair maps. State constitutional amendments. Voters or state-level advocates can push for constitutional amendments that impose strict, objective criteria for map drawing and potentially mandate an independent commission. making it harder for a simple legislative vote to overturn fair maps. By rejecting the mid-decade rewrite, Indiana Republicans have provided a momentary check on aggressive partisan tactics, but only lasting structural reforms can truly insulate the electoral process from attempts to manipulate maps for partisan gain.